far right shoulder to get around traffic. And looking ahead, there's a lot of traffic on that eastbound 10 as you go through downtown. So this driver is going to have a lot more of that traffic to deal with, and we'll see how he reacts. But judging from this behavior right now, really very interested in using that far right shoulder. That's presumably what this driver is going to continue to want to do as we continue eastbound now. Those LAPD units
all right, let's go.
In trail, still in officially in tracking mode, and we're going to see if they decide to hand this off to LAPD. Or to CHP, excuse me. This was originally reported as a stolen vehicle, so that's all the information we have right now. But we do know that those 3 individuals right now in that vehicle are doing the best that they can, breaking traffic rules to get away from police right now.
Looks like he has some damage to that driver's side passenger, driver's side.
There's just another one that ended on the other news station.
Door. But why? We've seen him plow through some stop signs.
Dangerous, very dangerous.
This one was going. Yo, Quinby, thank you.
Situation. Definitely.
Yo, let's go. Almost a year. Eddie, welcome. You're good to see you. And Sean and E. Dexter.
Oh, I thought he was going to take that off ramp there, but it does not look like it. He's just still hugging that
almost
right
a year.
There.
Let's go.
I'm trying to figure out if LAPD is going to continue this pursuit or if they're going to hand it off to CHP. Those other units are still a good ways behind because they're not going to really keep up with these high speeds or dangerous driving.
Jefferson Park, Santa Monica. What's up, Sobi? What do you mean it's GG? What does that mean?
Through some of this traffic like this suspect is doing, but now we see him getting in that normal lane of traffic, and I believe if we widen out a little bit, that's that kind of collector lane that you can stay in to go around some traffic, and you can continue.
I'm live on YouTube,
to stay
right?
on the eastbound 10 on this ramp, or you can take one of the off ramps.
Do I have another window?
We'll get that cross for you there. I think that's well.
I need to get another.
But if the driver stays on this ramp, he can just continue onto the 10 freeway. And yeah, guys, you mentioned that damage on that left side. That brings up an interesting point to this whole pursuit because it possibly means that this driver was
Jojo and Shinji, welcome. Yo, Scentless Apprentice, thank you for subscribing for 26 months.
On for about just over 5 minutes before we got to the scene.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, judging from that
shout out to the
damage,
Scentless Apprentice.
That there was a crash earlier on in this pursuit. We see that traffic starting to build, and this driver slowing down, not sure what to do, hopping the gore point there, squeezing between
Scentless is a streamer
vehicles,
from SoCal.
And now we're using the left shoulder now, using the left
They're
shoulder
hitting some traffic here.
It's you know, this driver is kind of using all that he has, all the resources available to him to get around this traffic, like those far right
Got
shoulders,
notifications
like
for YouTube and Twitch 30 minutes after it ended. Dude, it ended like 30 seconds after I went live.
Now we're
Yo, Hostiles,
the
Rogers, and Turtle, what's up?
Into one of the other transition roads now, and we'll get that for you shortly here. But LAPD, it does appear that they're still in tracking mode, not fully in a pursuit mode, but they are keeping an eye with the air unit overhead to see where this suspect decides to go.
And Gabe, it looks like this person in front of the is stopping to possibly. I mean, I know that they're in
rush
traffic,
hour,
but maybe
yeah.
That small
it's about
SUV
4:20
is
there.
to help authorities, but of course that's never advised to do. But again, we all know LA traffic, and I was surprised that this
is that the
driver
prediction?
could be
Thank you.
making such good timing during this, because we know it's 4:20 on a afternoon. Except for the only good thing is it is summertime, so
Yo,
people
Eddie,
might be,
thank you.
Home as opposed
Another
to being
subscriber.
on the road, so make it a little bit lighter. But again, we're
appreciate
looking at
it.
this
Subscribe tier 1 for 5 months.
By the way, Gabe, it seems like this. If the suspect must know that he is being followed.
Yeah, it's 4:20. All right, let's go.
If you didn't think you were being followed, you wouldn't be driving quite so erratically.
Right, exactly. And as we get a little bit of a wider
there are the
picture,
cops.
we can see that those LAPD.
Okay,
those
forget
LAPD
the tracking mode thing. We got 5 cops right behind
behind this suspect. Not, I shouldn't say right behind, because they're technically still in tracking mode, but they are behind the suspect. And you have to imagine that this suspect can still see those officers behind him, and that's why he's still driving erratically, like you said, still driving with the intent to get away. And you can see those 5 LAPD.
Yeah, they're not
units
slick.
inching forward. Again,
5
they're
of them.
technically in tracking mode still right now.
Technically in tracking mode, dude, they're right behind him.
To this vehicle, you have to wonder if LAPD is possibly switching
What's up,
back
Crest?
into
And
pursuit
Beal,
mode.
what's up?
But then you see maneuvers like that where the suspect, again, jumps over to that right shoulder, swerves around other vehicles to try and get around here. And I'm looking out the window here, seeing where those LAPD units are, and they are doing the same thing. They're doing what they can to keep up with this vehicle.
They're doing the same stuff.
As he or she kind of jumps around these
Prediction
lanes.
didn't
There's
pop up, really?
Options here.
It's on the screen anyway.
This suspect can go northbound 110,
it.
and you can see that unit getting really close there. That's an LAPD Southwest Division officer getting really close as the suspect now comes to a stop. LAPD,
is this going to be
apparently,
it? No.
These officers have been approved for a pit, so they've been given the go-ahead to perform a pit maneuver.
I don't see
so
anyone. Did anyone actually gamble their channel points? We just ran out and nobody did it.
That may not be possible.
It didn't pop up for anybody?
The driver gets out
what the fuck was that?
More. Now we've exited the freeway. This is one
we
of
should
the
do that
options I was
again,
talking
maybe.
about here that you can take.
It looked like only one person
interchange,
put
and now
any
we're
prediction,
southbound on
any
Hoover in
channel
the University
points.
Park area. If we continue down this stretch, we'll end up in the USC
Whoa!
area. And
What are you doing?
There you go. That's the dangers of being on surface streets as compared to freeways.
Did the car have damage before? When I turned it on, it did.
And now we're picking up speed a little bit using
I don't know
that
about
center median
before the
again,
chase.
and swerving around other traffic as those LAPD. Oh,
Whoa.
now we're going the wrong way. Almost hit a box truck. You can see that LAPD unit keeping close behind. All the LAPD units keeping close behind. As now we make a left turn eastbound on West Adams Boulevard. Now picking up a little bit of speed. Still using that center lane, and those LAPD units from the Southwest Division staying right behind this driver as he picks up speed, hitting almost 70 miles an hour.
Space Dive, what's up?
Eastbound now. There is the option to get close to the 110 freeway again now, but that freeway is
I don't know,
so
Chris. I don't know what happened there. One
an option for
person,
this driver.
only
I
one
think he's
person
just
put
trying to
300
think
channel
of
points
ways
on that.
to get away at this point, and now we're coming to a complete stop, but the driver says no way, and he's going in the wrong way.
Maybe nobody's confident either way. Nobody's sure what it'll be.
The pursuit taking place right there in University Park. Gabe Santos has been overhead, and they
Ah,
have
son
been
of
in
a
tracking
bitch.
mode. We're going to continue to try to reestablish a connection.
There we go.
Here we
We're
go.
back.
Up, we have it right
Gabe,
there.
we got you back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sorry about that.
There were two chases going on, so I'm trying to figure out like which news stations went to which.
Other air traffic up here and
all right,
the,
NBC's on this
traffic.
one.
So if you see us drop out
Let's
momentarily,
switch.
that's probably why. But
Is
we're
it
now
Eliana?
continuing northbound on Figueroa towards the
I don't hear any
downtown
audio.
area now. So we've kind of gone from the West Adams area to the east to the University Park area, and now heading northbound
It is
through
Eliana.
downtown. LAPD keeping a bit of distance between the driver and themselves as we make a right
I think they're
turn on
behind a
20th
little
Street.
bit.
This is kind of an industrial area, so it could be an area where the driver
Yeah, they're
might
behind
decide
by
to
like
foot
5,
bail. That
6
can be an
seconds.
option here, but you see those LAPD units. They're staying pretty close behind.
It looks better though.
So as not to scare the driver, hopefully. Oh, and we're going the wrong way here.
Whoa,
We're going the wrong way. I
whoa.
didn't even realize that was
Whoa.
that big of a road, but we are on the wrong side of the road, opposing traffic, but this driver somehow almost hits a pedestrian there, but gets around it. Now we're coming back westbound now.
Actually,
on
NBC
Washington
is ahead.
Boulevard.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if LAPD was able to keep up with that, but they have the air unit overhead, sneaking around a bus here, sneaking around
This
a
is
Tesla,
crazy.
definitely running a red light, crossing this intersection, Figueroa and Washington.
We'll stick with this
hitting
one
a few
for now.
cars there, and we're continuing westbound now on Washington Boulevard. That LAPD air unit keeping up with the
Actually,
location
yeah,
of this
okay.
vehicle, because those units behind them that were on the ground are going to have to figure out a way around all that traffic, all that
Yeah,
wrong way
okay.
driving, continuing westbound.
They're actually there at the
now
same time,
on
it
West
appears.
Washington Boulevard around the
I don't know
trees.
what's going
We'll,
on. The different
maneuver
angles
for
is
that
confusing
shortly.
me.
And as I look out the helicopter,
This is another one, Gina. There's actually
units are,
two chases.
doing a good job.
One of
keeping
them's
up with this.
over.
I'm
The other one was
honestly quite
over.
impressed, because usually when you see wrong way driving such as this, as we pull into what might be a dead end, we'll move around the bridges here and see what's on the other end of that road. But normally, when drivers go the wrong way, LAPD
Nautical, what's up? In Nash, how you
really,
doing?
You're right.
MKRQ.
as close of a distance to the vehicle as you
3D.
normally would.
Vendro,
And now we're doing
what's up?
U-turn. It looks like
Well, there's a
that
cop.
was a possible spike
Yo,
attempt
what is he
by
doing?
That officer that
That was
came
a
up
spike
really
strip.
close, and that officer was able to dodge out of the way. I'm not sure if that was a
Did that shit
successful
work?
strike.
Let's hope.
Spike.
Getting-
Whoa,
And
there's a guy
somebody
hanging out of the
just
car.
possibly climbed out the window or threw something
threw
out the
something,
window.
yeah.
What?
And now the driver's speeding away down West Washington Boulevard. card. That was
What the
definitely an
hell?
interesting turn of events. This driver and the passengers seemingly...
Dude, I bet the cop missed on that spike strip. They don't
really
usually,
desperate to get away right
they
now.
aren't very
we saw
good
that
like
window
that.
in the back go down and wondered, I saw an arm kind of peeking
That
out.
probably
I don't
didn't
know if
work
people
out.
were throwing stuff out the window or not, but well, dangerous
Yeah, that's a
situation.
lot of
You
white
almost hope
cars.
in a
There's
pursuit like
cross
this that they go back
A
on the
lot of
freeway,
white cars. Where's
rather
this
than
guy
see them
at?
driving through
There
these
he is.
residential streets and nearly missing pedestrians. They're such a dangerous situation.
Especially at this time, and you just
Yeah.
know kids are out for the summer, families are outside. The only good thing is, I guess, this is more of an industrial, area where people are. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of residents.
Oh, the
but
bicycle.
spoke too soon, right
Making
there.
a right turn.
Yeah. Anyway,
Right
Gabe,
turn on West 18th Street.
all right.
boy.
Yeah. And again, Gabe, you were just saying it a moment ago. This driver keeps
Whoa,
finding themselves
whoa,
in a
get out of the
position
way.
where They,
Oh shit,
Did you
Tony,
see that
thank you
man?
for
Did you see that
resubbing
man?
for 5
It
months.
looked like
I
Minnie
think he
almost
scraped
hit
one of
that
those
dude.
cars there.
Boy, that guy was just minding his own business and opening his door.
Well,
Next thing you know.
We're looking on the right side.
This is a good one.
Ellen, where
No,
he
don't
came
show me
very close to
replays.
hitting
Okay, hold
somebody
on.
in the
Hold on, no,
crosswalk,
fuck this.
walking,
I'm out, I'm out.
Trying, just
Nope,
minding their own
nope, nope.
business. Again,
Not
these are
today.
always so shocking
Okay.
when you're somebody who's just completely unaware that this is happening all around you, and then you see all of those.
Crazy driver don't really realize that this is an active police chase that is taking place.
Okay. This is like maybe several seconds ahead. Maybe like decent amount ahead. So we are skipping ahead in time a bit.
Absolutely.
But chase is still
Well,
going.
at least the lights and sirens would catch people's eyes and they could pull over. But look at this. So many
Dude,
close
are you
calls
sure there's
with,
lights and
pedestrians
sirens? Because,
cyclists.
like, they're not moving.
What I am hearing is they may have terminated it, is what I'm hearing.
Oh,
So
they gave up?
They may have terminated the pursuit, which means that because it was so dangerous, they pulled the units off, and they may just be calling this one off. But what I am hearing, oh, wow, do you see that? Splitting between pedestrians, wow. But yeah, what I'm hearing is that they've terminated this
Switch
pursuit
to Fox,
because it was
why?
so dangerous. They decided that it's best to just let the guy go. Now, the thought process behind that is that this is a property crime. This is a stolen car. This
Right.
isn't a situation where they are behind someone who's incredibly dangerous, like.
But you don't know
someone
who's in
for
the car.
murder
There's
or
like
a
a
violent
couple of guys
crime.
in the car
So
at
because
least.
what they think they have is just a property crime. Which
I
is
think
the
that there's
vehicle theft,
there you could
they
make
have terminated
the
pursuit,
you could
but
make
what
the
I am
argument they
hearing
should
is that
stop.
The
You
helicopter is allowed to continue to keep an eye on the vehicle.
Yeah, is the
just for
is the
officer
helicopter
safety
still there?
reasons.
Because that to me that's the chase. If you called it off, then are you flying away from it too? I understand if you stop the. You should not have the cops behind this guy.
Times, and at one point, even
But you
driving
should
on
not
the
give
wrong
up.
side of the road, which was a very close call. But fortunately, as far as we've been over,
Yeah, at
we
least
haven't
3 people in the
witnessed
car.
any collisions. But one thing I did notice on the vehicle is that I do see a little bit of body damage, but it's
Yeah.
unclear at this point if that happened during the pursuit or if the vehicle already had that damage from a previous accident.
A lot of people outside today. Snarkaroni, what's up?
Michael, it is so incredibly busy. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. Oh gosh. Oh man, I'm just holding my breath. If he's
So in
not
situations
close to
like
hitting a
this-
car,
No.
he's close to hitting a pedestrian or a cyclist. So it is just an incredibly dangerous situation because he's running red lights, running stop
I was
signs,
just about to make a
driving on the
video
wrong
for the
side of
thing
road.
that the
was a
chase
red
yesterday.
That he just ran right there. Going under the freeway here for just a moment. But to answer your question, Michael, it is busy. It is busy here.
Yeah,
in
RG
downtown Los
still
Angeles on a
going. It's
Tuesday
been pretty
afternoon, people
crazy
getting
one.
off of work. Of course, a lot of people on summer break, and now you have this vehicle with no police agency behind it, so you wouldn't know that this is a pursuit. But yeah, he continues to drive quite recklessly, despite the fact that this pursuit has been terminated.
That guy. All right, you can see 2 in the front. We saw 1 guy in the back. Yeah, Archie, that's possible. That's possible. He said that their friends might call him and
Yeah,
say the cops stopped following you, but really they didn't, right? You can never trust that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I lost sight of him here on the backside of this building here with the billboard. So I'll wait and see if I can see him pop out again. He could have gone into an underground parking structure, but again, this isn't an active pursuit anymore, so we can't really follow it on the police scanner anymore. But there is still an airship in the area, so I'm going to try to find the airship real quick and see if I can find the car again. But we had lost sight of it. They're right behind that building, just here off of Hill
All right, I
Washington.
think Fox and ABC are behind because we can see them on there. ABC, of course, showing replays because they're so awesome. But I don't know. You guys want to switch to another one where they may get a better angle of when the person dips out? I don't know.
And that one came to an end, and now this one has fired back up. This is could be linked to that first one. It's like this tree.
All right, the prediction I guess is a yes, but I'm not. I think
this could all be related to a scene in Orange County at Fashion Island Mall, where there are reports near there anyway of a shooting. We're working to find out the victim, is that victim's condition.
Well, nobody wins any points.
It was a fatal shooting. We're working to get that confirmed.
Let's wait for the next
miles
one.
Away in Los Angeles County from Orange County, and CHP telling us that this could be linked to that scene in Orange County. As we now zoom in, you see the tinted windows here of this white sedan four-door making its way through various intersections, various busy intersections, East 23rd Street.
So I don't know if we're still just behind,
so we have not seen any
or if Eliana just lost them.
About how to bring these pursuits to an end. They have multiple tactics that they use.
I don't know what's going on.
Use they'll use the pit maneuvers. When they spin the vehicles out of control, they also.
This lady's just talking. She don't know what to say.
Again, authorities have pulled off this. As we're looking at this on East 21st and Griffith Avenue, just outside downtown, we have some video earlier just to show you how dangerous.
If we're behind, it's a crazy delay. It's possible that that's the case, and now they're showing us fucking replays.
Some of those near misses
Okay.
going through that
Yeah, Eliana found it
there.
again.
We've
Wait,
seen
no,
near
she
misses
didn't.
with pedestrians walking through crosswalks.
Eliana hasn't found it,
Pedestrians
so
on bicycles going
this
through crosswalks where they're almost
fucking
hit. You see
station is
this
going to
one
show us
here, near
replays
miss
over
with
and over.
A driver trying to go through this intersection, they almost got
I'll try to
T-boned
not
there.
freak out.
And the smaller screen there is the current
They're
live
still on it on
picture
ABC
going
too.
through
I
an
know they were
alleyway now,
behind,
doing
but
anything that they can to
maybe
alert
Eliana's the only
authorities.
one who lost it.
Now you're probably asking, where are those?
Oh my
authorities? Well,
God.
they're not
All
there
right,
on the
we're
ground
gonna-
because they pulled off. But
this is
certainly They have
frustrating.
an airship up above, tracking their every move, just as we are. Skyfox often is involved in these
Oh, now you're in a
conversations
bad
with law
spot. They just got out of the
enforcement
car.
up above, where they can relay information.
They just
Now
got out of
they've
the
gone
car.
Under some trees
There
here,
they
and
are.
it's
All right, I'm going to
unclear
switch
now
back to
as
ABC and see if
they
we can
just
see it.
foot-bailed on the bottom
Let's see if we can
front
see them
seat.
get
Two
out.
people. I saw, yep, three.
They're-
Whoa,
this is like
four.
freaking
1,
10
2,
seconds
3, 4,
behind.
5.
But I'd like to see if maybe they'll have a better angle on it. Got to post the date and time and year of the chase. Bruce, you're right. The thing about that is I have to go back and do it later because my live stream title is always the same. So, you know what I mean? This is not an old chase. This is just right now.
Oh, and we're stopping
Same
by the
angle.
tree,
Coming out.
and this,
Same freaking angle.
Oh,
There they
I think
are.
is what, and we
Three
have
people,
four,
people.
five people.
I think I saw
we
five.
saw five
Yeah,
people
yeah, let's
jump
see.
out of this vehicle, and now they're running down the sidewalk. And they look like they're running into this property here, into the backyard.
There they are.
1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4.
There's at least
I
four,
think
but
I
I think
saw
there's
5.
Yeah,
There's
I think so,
5
too.
of them?
Continuing into the back alley here. And LAPD, the air unit, they're reporting that information down to units on the ground. So you'll start to see
Oh,
LAPD
let's see. I think
units
they're kind of trapped in this
Yeah, they're-
back area. The fence is pretty high.
Damn, that guy just jumped over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
It does
Four of
appear
them.
that there's kind of nowhere out from there. The fence line looks a little too high to jump.
Come on, you
and
guys got
these,
this. Get up on that.
These suspects now
That's-
using the
There's
trash can.
barbed
We go
wire
through
here.
that.
Don't do
Over
that.
there,
Oh, boy.
seeing what's on the other
This
side.
is interesting,
there looks
though.
to be another alleyway. And they're going to continue down that alleyway, but I'm trying to look
Okay.
out to see if LAPD has units. I can see the air unit.
Damn, they're gonna
orbiting
lose
the
them
scene.
now.
They have
Not going to be able to see
these
them.
suspects and where they're going, and I can see they're
there they
continuing
are.
to
Okay.
run down this alleyway onto this cross street here. But I believe that's going to be Griffith.
Are they looking up at the
Two
helicopter?
of them already crossing the street. Another one.
Worst criminals ever. I mean,
I
guess.
Did we lose one of them?
Definitely not the
I
best.
think maybe possibly if there was 5, the 5th one went in a different direction.
The guy driving though, I guess
Yeah,
he's a
that's-
decent driver.
that's definitely possible
Like he
at this
could have
point.
hit a
We're
bunch
trying
of.
to keep eyes
He
on the
avoided
driver, which we
disaster.
believe,
Oh dear.
goodness.
People just
stay in your house and
Yeah.
don't come out
Okay.
and
no kidding.
try to.
These people are probably watching on
confront
TV. Yo, there they
people
are.
Trying to get away.
Or no wait.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have
Where
other
are they?
residents here maybe
There.
having a confrontation
There they are.
with one of the suspects. I'm not sure if these two
They look. Yeah.
were.
They were part
They
of it.
were.
They were part of
Okay.
it, yeah. But
So these two were part of it also on the
Okay,
run. I'm trying
where are
to
the
think
other
one
two?
here
There
to
they
the,
are. They're all together
LAPD
still.
radio frequency
If
to
there was
see,
a fifth guy, yeah, he
don't
must have
believe
been
that
smart. But
person
I don't know
no, that
if I
person's
believe that
not.
there was a
Just trying to
fifth
keep their
guy.
eyes on it. And you know, sometimes
Maybe.
it's best to stay out of it.
Unless
And
she
now they're
knows them.
going into this other
That one's a woman.
yard.
Well, this
So
person.
it's two of them, and who's this woman?
What is this?
We definitely lost one, Ellen. I feel like
Wait,
there
so
was
the
5,
woman
but
was
we
not with
definitely
them.
saw 4. And now
Now
this
she's
woman
just
is
following him? Yo, no
not having
way.
it.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that-
these
is that-
the
And then at one
residents
point,
here.
maybe she's going to turn around and say, you know what, I want to.
Who is she?
The one thing is she might know them.
She's
Yeah,
crazy.
Trying to talk to them, like, stop this.
Dude, these
They do
kids
look
look
young.
young,
Out a
don't
little
they? Especially the kid in the
they do
red
look
shirt
young.
looks like it.
Well, the way they were jumping over fences and running.
Is this
along,
one of
they
the other?
definitely
That's
are
not
young.
one of their guys. That's just another guy.
Yeah,
So,
you can
was
see.
she
Yeah,
kind of?
these-
Oh.
Wait, she's guiding him back into.
They went in
You
there.
have to wonder, yeah.
What?
You
Okay.
have to wonder if these if these residents know who
What
these
was that
guys
lady
are,
doing?
And we're kind of telling them to go back home, which would lead me to believe that they are from this area or at least know the people in this area. And the air unit up ahead saw what we saw. As
It
well.
didn't look
So,
to me like she was helping
I'm
them.
trying to
It
keep an eye
just
out on the ground and see if
maybe.
they have other units en route to this area, and there they are. These
Yeah.
are
Oh, these guys
LAPD
are
officers
fucked,
from the
man.
Central Division.
Now she's just
You
gonna go
have
and tell on
the
them.
papers on the
Lady.
ground.
She's gonna be like, "Hey, they
Make
went over there,"
contact with that
as if the
officer
cops,
Well, she
you
went
know,
straight
tell them
to
what they
them.
saw.
their helicopter just watched that for sure. But
Huh.
You never know what they're saying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they
nothing
didn't think to
see
split
around
up.
here. Well, we definitely saw the building that they went inside. It's just, I
Right.
don't know how many units are inside that building, but they.
I mean, they probably can't even get in a
curious if that
fucking
woman
unit, dude.
pointed 'em in
They
that
just went up the
direction, or
stairs. Who
is-
said they
is
even got
part
in
of
a
their-
door? They're
Yeah,
probably just
you know,
sitting
they
right
noticed
there.
them.
They're
We're
probably
showing
just
you
right
earlier,
inside of
footage
here,
when they
just
were
sitting
getting out of
down
that
or
car,
something.
bailing underneath
Because
that
what are
tree
they gonna
base
do?
and
Get
running
in
through
a
there.
home
They
that's
would get
not
counted this
theirs?
time
I
when
saw
that-
4.
Highly
again.
unlikely. Those doors are probably locked. They probably just walked right up in here, and they're
then-
just sitting
So
here.
maybe it's been 4 total.
2, 3, 4.
They should stop showing a replay real quick.
Maybe it was
Maybe it was just 4.
If it were up to me, we would
And they
not be
stayed
showing a
together, and
replay.
now that
Look,
it
they
seems
might
like
be
there's
right
3 that
there.
went in there, and we're missing one of those suspects.
Nah, it looks like there's a door.
And I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like apartment building there. That's where they
But I
went
would
through
think that
door
there,
you're seeing on your
that
left
door
there.
is
I
just
think
to the
it's
apartment in
possibly the last
general,
person that has that,
not to
black
any
sweatshirt
individual
on with
unit.
the
So
writing or the design on it.
looks like fourplex.
Because
Yeah, I
we do
think you're
see there's
right.
3
Could be more than that.
suspects, but one of them is no longer part of this. So all you got to do is look at the pink shoes.
And did that officer go into that building, or was
I didn't see that part.
maybe
That's
Maybe we
the
should stop showing the
only-
replay. We could see
identifying
better.
markers,
I
'cause
don't.
you know,
I didn't see a
sometimes
cop
when
walk
we've
over
seen it
here
where
though.
People try to get away, and then all of a sudden, you know, like that
Yep.
one suspect has those bright pink.
Don't
high
love the-
tops
oh,
and
Eliana
sneakers
left.
on, and
Eliana
they're
left.
Walking around with a totally
Just
different
gave
outfit, but
up.
with
She lost
something
it and
that's
left.
Very identifiable.
We're not seeing replay on
And
Fox.
Gabe, obviously, you're hearing.
We could switch to Fox.
The scanner
I'm just
traffic.
tired of this replay
Have
shit
they-
every
they-
time.
Have they gone inside
Every
this building?
time.
They have not. No, at this point, they're trying
Do
to
not
get
know how
officers
far
in.
behind. Like all of these news stations are off by like
background, but
a lot of
unfortunately,
time.
not much happens here
So we
because
may
they
have just
work as
gone
a
back in
property
time
crime and
15
a
seconds. I'm not
nonviolent
sure.
crime at this point. And so the DA usually doesn't do much on situations like this. And unfortunately, it causes more pursuits to happen and the potential for people being hurt by these people driving at a high rate of speed as this driver was. It just causes more.
The cops
problems
don't
for
know
police
it's
and the
them?
general
What,
public.
two other
Right, and
people?
just to be technical about it,
The
of
people
course,
down here are the
DA
people who
only
were
prosecutes felonies.
following
the
them,
LA
right?
City attorney would be the one to prosecute misdemeanors, but the DA chooses not to go forward with felonies, which leaves it open to the city attorney to either prosecute a misdemeanor or not. So
Okay.
Christine Devine is joining our coverage now for Marla Tejas, who did a nice job starting us off. And Christine,
I'm not sure
we
what they're
now
talking
sort of
about.
wait and see for law enforcement to try to catch
Stealing
these
the
young
car
people.
is a felony.
Yeah, Tim, I'm looking at the people that were inside the house. They have now crossed the street to the side where that law enforcement vehicle is. So basically, they are not on the property anymore. What does that tell you as you see them there talking with law enforcement?
They're basically going to coming out talking to law enforcement about who the kids are, or who the suspects are. We'll call them that now until we're sure. But right now they're just trying to gather as much information, de-escalate the situation, just get probably one of the adults to go back in and bring them out if they are minors at that, and young, to where they can be talked to and brought out. But going back to the crime filing and the prosecution. It depends on where the
I don't care. Just tell us about where they're at and what's going on. Do not care about crime prosecution.
It's going to be a completely different scenario for the enforcement of this.
Do not give a fuck, dude. Get this guy out of here.
Back to this now, it's right
These
now,
cops, when they bring them on, I'm just like, dude, shut up.
Get as much intelligence
Boring.
on these kids as they can
Always.
and bring in the resources they need to.
They just
convince
ramble
these,
about
young
some
men
shit.
or young women to give up, come out, and more than likely it'll be an adult walking in and telling them you need to go outside to the police.
Well, you mentioned, the penalties for something like this being a misdemeanor or not.
Imagine watching this
My
at a
question
bar
is,
and
what
seeing
if
them
there
running.
is a
Really, I
record?
know.
What if the driver does have prior stolen car charges, etc.? How does that change
Or
the
if you
game?
live in this building.
Past priors do influence the charging attorney with how they're going to go and what enhancements they're going to put on it. But unfortunately, just a straight stolen car, even if they do have a bit of a record on them.
Now I got some
does
replays
not,
here.
Enhance it that much.
At least it's not
anymore
replays of the
to
kids
get
running.
any type of jail time, especially
What does
for a
police
minor.
specialist mean? It's
Most of the
probably
time,
just a
they're
retired
they're
cop.
released.
So this is some
Usually
we're
it's just a
looking at is from
retired cop.
Earlier, that's in the big box that you're looking at on your screen of some of the near misses, based off of the ages of what appeared to be the kids once they got out, and we don't know, maybe they are over 18. One wonders if the driver even has a driver's license.
Yeah, dude, those
based off of
that
how
that one
young
kid
some
looked
of
like he
those,
was legitimately like
people
14
seem
years
to
old.
look, but really lucky that person there wasn't hit. And
A
then
retired
other people
cop that
weren't
loves
hit
to hear his own
as
voice.
this,
Sean, I think that's it.
apparent joyride in a stolen vehicle with a bunch of buddies all packed into one car. Went through the streets of Southern California, ultimately ending with law enforcement in basically standing back because of fear, basing it in what they call tracking mode, and then these young people just getting out and sort of trying to run away. We counted,
and they did run away, and they got
out of that car.
I don't know.
And some of them running in different directions.
They got
and
inside
now this,
something.
waiting game is. It looked like
I
at
guess
least 3 of them
you
were
don't want to
inside
just send a
that
cop in
property
that
right there.
So
spot.
Marla
But what do
Tejas
you
did a
do
great
at this
job
point
covering
then?
this as it happened, where you saw those suspects do that foot bail and run across the
I don't think our
property there
police
into a
specialist
building.
guy knows.
Tim,
but
by your count, how many do you think are in the yellow building on the left that we're looking at?
There
How
were
many
4.
went into that building?
There were 4.
I saw 3 going to that door.
3?
Right there.
Yeah, there were
So
3?
Luckily,
There were
I was
3.
looking at it earlier, hoping it wasn't a hallway to a common area, but looks like it goes right into an apartment there, the 1022. So yeah, the 2 or 3
Maybe
are
it
in there,
does go directly
possibly
into
peeking out
someone's
the window
apartment.
right now. But whoever's belongs to
But
that
then-
apartment, the folks that came out are going
I
to be able to
don't
give that
know.
intelligence to the officers.
Is this a
outside,
chase?
and then
No.
they're going to have to go up and do their negotiations, figure out how to get them out of there. But going back to the subject of pursuits, and they're going into surveillance.
Yeah,
mode,
Archie, that's generally how it
surveillance mode
goes.
is basically set up for,
It's
to
hard to
protect
understand
the public,
sometimes when they say
because
they
if
called
you're
the chase
chasing
off.
them
They
at
just
high speeds
mean
and they're running
they
through
went
high
into
speeds,
tracking mode. Sometimes they don't use the term
chance
tracking
of
mode or
them
surveillance mode.
hitting
They just
somebody
say
at a high rate
they
of
quit.
speed or
They're
clipping
done.
somebody
It's like,
in
okay,
an
but
intersection as they go through.
all right.
And if you back off and just let the helicopter
Okay, so
monitor the
there were only
location,
3 guys.
Sometimes they do
3
slow
of them.
down, but
Yeah,
more
there they
times
go.
than not, we watched.
What happened to the other guy? I don't know.
On the screen right, they were walking next to those adults and just.
I just want to know what those people said
Obviously,
to
those adults
the
are going to
kids.
be able to tell the officers what the situation is and if they have personal knowledge.
Like, those
of
people are so calm.
Suspects, but going back,
right? Those people look so calm.
It's a 50-50 whether they slow down or not. And the downside of that, when they're driving at a high rate of speed, even though they don't have anybody in pursuit of them, the public doesn't know that they're being chased or they're fleeing. And you're just seeing a car come down the street. You're expecting them to follow the rules and stop at the red light as you're crossing the street or pulling into the intersection. And here they come blowing through. So
this emo really was
always
perfect
say,
for
let them
yesterday.
go, or, you know,
That
stay with
chase
the
yesterday was a
chase
good
to
one for this
warn
emo.
everybody off as you're driving through these neighborhoods.
Shout out to the
You
Scentless
know,
Apprentice
you have
for
to make
making
that
that
balance,
one.
and that's what the watch commander in the station, the field sergeant, with the pursuit makes that.
And yeah, NA, they look like
get
kids. I
everybody
mean, they were
into
really
surveillance
young.
mode. And
I don't know
these
which
days,
one of them was driving
most
or anything.
agencies will
but
go to surveillance mode.
It's possible that the
immediately, not
driver was
completely
not one of the
canceling
kids we were
pursuit.
watching.
Tim, I'm looking at the picture here in total. So you have
Did the
suspects
driver-
in one of those apartment units. So obviously there might not be
Where-
great
did
concern
the-
for the
is
other
that
people
car
in the
still where it
building
was?
if they're in one unit, not a hallway,
Right,
for
with the
example.
guy didn't just
The
drop them
demeanor of
off
law
and keep
enforcement
going,
is
right?
interesting to me. You see one car there with an officer, and his gun is trained at the property. But then you also have the pedestrians who are there on the sidewalk and the other police car. And from this picture here, we don't see a ton of police vehicles unless they're staying out of the so-called
I mean, I can
line
see
of
5
fire,
of
or they
them.
have a
That's
perimeter that is secure.
quite a
They don't
few.
need more
I
in our
assume there's at
visual
least a
sight
couple
right
over
now.
by where the
But
car
what do you
was.
make of the one officer with his gun trained at that home?
Or is this their
You
car?
have to be prepared
This
for the
isn't their
worst-case
car, right?
scenario.
This car is
And
just
I also
here?
saw officers in
The
the
fuck
alley
is this?
covering the
Alright.
backside of the
ALS,
apartment there to
thank you
make
for
sure if there's any,
subscribing.
direction of
Welcome.
fleeing going that way, there's somebody there.
Appreciate you. Good
but
to see
in
you.
a situation like this, you really don't know what you have. And also,
Let's
we in the
go.
media, I should say the media.
3 months in a row.
We don't have all the
So if you're just
information,
getting
we don't
here,
have the
basically-
intelligence that they do of what this pursuit entailed.
It was a
What
pretty
involved
crazy
with the earlier
chase.
pursuit from
Oh, are they
Newport
leaving?
Beach, where shots were
They're
fired
leaving.
at the
Oh,
near the
shit.
Fashion Island.
They're leaving.
Are they part of that? Are they not part of that? Is there some kind of information that they have that
Your
is not
what
privy
appointment?
to the media that they're reacting to? But when you're in a situation like this where it's unknown, you
Okay,
always
I think all the news stations have
yourself. Even
left.
though if there's citizens standing behind you, you always protect yourself and get into position.
Yeah, I
of,
think that's
cover,
all we're gonna
concealment,
see.
And to be ready for the worst case scenario. You can
Yo,
always put
no
the gun
way,
back
another
in your holster,
subscriber?
but it's harder
Shit,
to get
Twitch
out
Prime,
when
let's
somebody
go.
starts shooting at you.
And the fact is, they have not come out
Death
of that
inmate,
apartment
death-
unit.
death
so obviously
inmate,
they are not
death
surrendering
inmate, thank
peacefully
you.
with law enforcement and adults there who also came out of the building. Those young
The
people,
other chase was a
those
murder
driver and
suspect. I saw the
passengers,
guy behind the
that were
trash
in the
can.
pursuit. They are still
I
in the
saw
building.
that
Tell
shit.
me,
I saw that
It
shit.
does. The age does not really.
I
matter in
almost went
shootout.
live
I
right
mean,
before
a 13-year-old
this.
can kill you just as quick as a.
Like, I sat down to
23-year-old,
go
so you have to
live,
keep
but it
that
was
in mind.
the chase
And
had ended like
unfortunately,
almost
there
as
are
soon as
kids out there who are
the news got
13,
there.
12, who are
And the
very
guy
violent just
was
because
out of the car,
the
and he had
nature
gone
of
and
their
hid
upbringing,
behind a little
the nature
trash
of the people
can.
they're around, and their value.
And he
of
was like
life is
taking his
completely
sweatshirt off or
different
something
from
when I found out about
the
this one. I
12-year-old
switched.
you see playing on the
They were
playground
kids, yeah,
someplace,
yeah.
just being the normal.
Dimitri, they were
12-year-old.
kids.
So you have to keep that in mind as a police officer. These guys and girls do this all the time.
This guy just
and they
talking,
know when
talking,
they're in a
talking. We're like,
situation
all right,
how to
man,
act, and you
enough,
always wanna
man.
be
All right, that's enough.
active instead
Thanks.
of reactive to a situation like this.
Thanks, Mr. Police
So what we're
Specialist.
looking at right
Appreciate
now is
you.
some video from earlier. Our chopper is on the move right now to a location
Oh,
that
yeah,
may or
yeah,
may
whimsical.
not be connected to this particular
That was
story.
for
We're
the
going to check that out right
the
now,
global entry
as we wait for an
interview,
update on
and
the
I
ground
didn't
in
actually
terms
get
of
the
what
interview. I
happened
went
with
there, but
these folks that you're
they
looking
said
at
they don't
now.
take
This is video
walk-ins.
from within the last
They don't
15, 20
stay
minutes
at
or
any
so
time
of
past
these,
their whatever.
appear to be young people. Don't know
So
if
my
they're
global
juveniles or
entry,
not.
at
They
least
look
here in
like they
Nashville,
might
is
be,
total
who are on
scam.
the run, who all jumped
Total
out
scam.
of what is believed to be a stolen vehicle, and then have been.
They took
on the
my
run
$100, but they
through,
won't give me a
the
fucking
streets of
interview
Southern
ever.
California right now, and that at least three
Hey,
of
if
them
anybody
look
got
like,
Twitch
went
Prime,
into a
if you got
nearby
Amazon Prime and you
apartment
connect your
building.
Twitch account, you
Not
get a
sure where
free
the other two or
subscription.
three people ended up.
So if you're on
after
YouTube and you got a free
this chase.
subscription, come over to Twitch
As
and
far as
give
we
me the
know,
free subscription.
None of them are now in custody.
You couldn't schedule a Nobi.
This location
It's a
is
fucking
Griffith Avenue
scam.
and 20th Street. It's called the Central
Cannot
City area
schedule.
of Los Angeles. By all accounts, the suspects do appear to be minors. I'm curious as to what police might be gaining from the adults who came out.
I
and
know,
perhaps
Vic.
were
You got to
talking
schedule an
them
interview,
across
but you
the
actually
street.
cannot.
Look here as they
Depends
entered
on where
this
you're
building.
at, but no,
1, 2,
naturally you
3.
can't schedule an
Is that
interview.
4 there with them?
And
It's an adult there.
supposedly,
All right, so curious
supposedly
to
they
hear if
open
they're
up new
learning
slots and
anything
allow
from the
people to
adults
schedule on the
that came
1st of the
out and were
month every
talking
month.
to law enforcement.
I could
Right
rant
there.
about this for a
is
while,
an
but I can't get an
interesting
interview.
Scenario as this played out with these young people as they encountered those adults there.
The global
And you
entry
have to
thing is
wonder,
like
do
TSA
they know
pre-check,
each
but
other?
even
Do
when
they
you
know each
go
other
out of the
well?
country.
We talk often, Alex, about people driving to a location that is familiar to them to do a foot bail, whether it's to be near family or friends.
Yeah,
or an
there's
area
no
in which they
opening,
know
so
the
I cannot
streets, they know
schedule
the
an interview. I don't know, it's
locations,
the
they're more
same thing,
comfortable in
dude.
that area, and then they bail.
And it's full
So,
for, like, I don't understand
we have a
how
lot
it
of
works.
questions right now at this hour.
On the website, they don't say
Yes,
shit.
indeed.
They give you no
And
indication
also
of
the big question is,
anything.
who was that woman that was walking with them, and what's her connection to
Yeah,
it? She went
Queen
out
Bee,
and
you
started
can do it
speaking
if
to
you
law
fly into the
enforcement
airport from
right
another
afterwards.
country.
But what was her...
Upon
there you see
entry
her
from another
right
country.
there, trying to explain to them. They didn't take her
You got to
into
check every
custody
day,
or
dude. That's
anything.
fucking scam, Vic.
but,
Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I ain't got time
And she
for
may
that.
not have
doing?
known what she was dealing
Check
with
every
when she encountered
day.
the young
No.
people as well.
Dude,
Just have a bunch of
if
kids
they
that
had,
walked
if
in
they
there.
had told
So
me
we are continuing
that
to
I
look
was
at
going to have to
footage
check
from
every day, I
that
never
pursuit
would have paid
as
them
our
$100.
chopper is heading to
Never.
Newport to explore
Right?
perhaps something that may or may not be related to
If I
this
had known that
location,
that
knowing
was
that
the
pursuit
scam,
started in Orange
fuck no,
County.
I never would
You
have
gotta
done it.
wonder there. Tim, let me bring you back into the
If you really,
conversation
I
as
don't
we
want it that
continue to
bad, dude.
watch
I'll
how
just
this
go get
pursuit played
TSA
out.
pre-check and whatever.
A dangerous one, going in the wrong direction as we see right here. What was your concern as you watched this with these
Total
kids,
scam.
these young people, these minors, it's believed to be in this car?
Take
6 of them.
$100, won't give me an
Well, at this
interview.
point, I don't think the
Can't get one
information
here,
was
can't get one in
available that there were
Chicago,
6
can't get
minors,
one in
but you can see the
Rockford,
driving
Illinois.
habits here
Ness
where
got
they're
it done in a
going
few
through
days because
intersections
we just went to,
blindly on
they had
red lights,
interviews.
Pedestrians in a crosswalk, things of
But
that
if they don't
sort,
have
and that's
interviews,
what
then
the
you just
police
spend money and they
department's
don't tell
trying to
you that
avoid by
until you spend the
cutting off.
money.
But you cutting off
They don't say,
pursuits,
oh,
you see
by
right
the
here,
way, there's no
little
interviews
effect on
forever.
these,
It's like,
kids or suspects
Would have been
that are
good to
driving the
know,
vehicle,
dude.
just pushing their way through intersections and just everybody.
Got
is
yours done in a week,
their
you're lucky,
way.
dude.
I mean, they're going around everybody. Luckily, their speeds are
You're
low,
lucky.
and they're able
Mine
to get
impossible.
through. But,
Fucking
you know, when you have kids
impossible.
behind the wheel, you have adults behind the wheel.
I
who are
filled this
fleeing
out months
and
ago,
driving
dude.
at high rates of
I filled this
speed
out
and
months
cutting
ago.
through
I go on the
intersections
website
with pedestrians.
maybe once a month,
It's just a
whatever.
recipe for
No, still
disaster.
nothing.
It's gonna
So I thought
happen,
maybe I'll
even
just
if the
show
police
up.
are chasing them
They
or
said
not,
no.
But it just maybe at this point, without the chase going on the ground.
So you're lazy and
that
now,
their
yeah,
speeds
no,
are
I'm
a
not
bit
checking.
lower
Dude,
to
I
where,
don't have
you know,
time for
they
that.
weren't
Check it every day.
losing control,
No.
And as now we're finding out, and I'll
No.
agree with you on
Interview
this.
for what?
They
It's
look
for the
like
global
very young
entry
adult,
thing
kids,
for at the
teenagers
airport.
who were in that car, and so the driving ability, you don't know what it is. But you know, then again, I've chased it.
But you can get TSA pre-check. It's actually not a big problem. I think I'm going to do that.
Well because they've been
The
driving
global
for a
entry
long
thing
time.
sounds good,
Going
but
back
like
to
they
the
just
female
fucking
you
make
see
it
right
such a
there,
problem.
Yeah, Tim.
I kind of go and look at her as the neighborhood mom. Who's
Yeah.
just looking out for the kids.
All right, Tim. Well, we are going to try to get a sense of what's happening here. We're going to take a quick break and go back to regularly scheduled programming and come back.
All right,
with you
well, we're
at the
never
top
gonna
of
know
the
what
hour,
happened
just
here, I
about
think.
6 minutes or so from now with the Fox 11 News.
Yeah,
at
Vic,
5.
I'm not. Damn, they're standing there with
Thanks
the
so much,
fucking
for
gun
watching.
too.
We'll
Like, what are
see you
you
right
doing, man?
back
Well, who are
here
you
in a
gonna
few minutes.
shoot?
We'll talk about the issue that
But no,
much
I'm not
further.
traveling out of the country. It's not anything. It's I wanted to get the pre-check thing, so that I thought global entry gives you pre-check too, so you could get the global entry and the TSA pre-check, right? So I just thought if I'm gonna get one, why not get the other? And I'm now realizing that shit, they took my $100. They didn't tell me that the 3 places in the country that I often go, they don't leave the appointments open. You have to check constantly to figure out. Dude, they don't even tell you when the appointments open up. Do you used to work for TSA? Dude, they fucking fuck. I want to skip TSA. I'm going to do the pre-check. That's easy. But the global entry thing, I just don't know. Maybe if I leave the country and I come back, I'll do the interview. But in the meantime, I just do not have time for that shit. I thought maybe, I read online that maybe you could show up and just get the interview because you just show up at the end of the day. So I did that. And then the guy was like, no, we have to go right over to the airport as soon as we shut down today. It's like, okay, I guess so. Global entry includes TSA. Right, Lee. Right. Vic, I guess I should have asked you. I don't know. I didn't think it would be that tough, dude. I didn't think I needed to inquire. I just thought you sign up and you get an interview. I didn't realize that they don't want you to have an interview. Wait, you tried using global entry for pre-check and you didn't get pre-check. Dude, how does that even work? Dude, all right, I've heard that if you... All right, is this true? I heard that pre-check is a scam. Yeah, I know. The interview only takes a couple minutes. I know. I've heard about that. But if I can't get the interview, you know, and they wouldn't stay there to do it. Because, all right, so I heard, one of my relatives told me that they have pre-check, and if it's not on your boarding pass, then you don't actually get pre-check. So it's not like, she told me that it's not on her boarding pass every time. So like sometimes she gets it, sometimes she doesn't. Yo, look at Nashville. What's going on in Nashville? Yo, should I go down there? Yo, that's where I should be. What is all this shit? Anyway. Is it true that if you have pre-check, you can go in every time, all the time, or does it need to be on your boarding pass? Too many people in pre-check. It'll be, if I don't have to like take my shoes off, take my computer off, take my computer out, and I just wait in the same line, fine, fuck it, whatever, that's good. It needs to be on your boarding pass. But how do you make sure it's on your boarding pass? You have to add it when you book the ticket. Right, okay. Yeah, Vic, but they used to take walk-ins. You used to be able to show up. But also you can show up. You can show up, and if, like, at least someone else told me this when I was talking about this last time. They said that they showed up at the global entry place, and they just sat there until somebody didn't show up for their appointment. Add the pre-check number to your ticket. So when I book, I got to have it. Okay. Dude, the lines in Nashville aren't even that big of a problem anyway. Like, but I just don't want to go through, take my belt off, take my shoes, all that shit. The lines aren't long in Nashville anyway. So, all right, I'll have to get in the habit of providing my TSA number before I book. Never heard of walk-ins. Apparently before COVID, they were allowing it in Nashville. But I can get the pre-check. Like, I just go do that next week. I'll just get an interview and go do it next week. Not an interview, just whatever. You got to go sign something. Show your IDs. What's up, Kenny? What's up? The chase is over. It's long over now. These guys ran into a apartment building, and the police were not going to go in there. It'll be a standoff for a while. Well, I mean, it was like 4 or 5, 3 kids ran into the apartment building. And when I say kids, I mean like they were probably not old enough to drive a car. Like one of them looked like he's just really, really young. But all right, everybody. Fuck the TSA is the moral of the story. And thanks for coming and watching the chase with me. If there's another chase tonight, I will go live for that. So come back and watch it with me. Otherwise, shout out to everybody on YouTube and everybody on Twitch. Wish you stream more just to watch local news. Yeah. All right. Cops just gave up. They didn't give up. They're just standing outside of this apartment building.